Hey everybody, what's up? It's your homeboy Glenn here. Chilling out, maxing out, playing some Halo 4 snipers. I dominated in this game. Actually, I'm kind of embarrassed right now. This is actually a fail. I wanted to record this live, but I forgot to press capture on my HD PVR, so it didn't catch anything. So I had to go into theater mode. And that's why you see a little thing at the bottom. Yeah, I would actually wanted to record this live. I was like, showing off and everything. I'm like, wow. But anyway, let's get back to the topic of this video, shall we? The topic of this video is Halo 5 first cutscene. Now, by popular demand, you guys really love my speculations and everything for Halo 5. So, for those of you who haven't seen my Halo 5 first level, I basically covered a lot of the basics in there. Now, because of John's separation from Cortana, see, Cortana was the only real human link that John had to the world. And now that she was gone, John was actually going crazy. Remember how they talked about Spartans' usually violent nature? They couldn't really operate in society? They didn't know how to. You strip these kids of their childhood. How the hell are they gonna know how to act around? They don't even know how to act around kids. The way you know how to act around in society is you grow up within the society. You keep these kids fighting and everything. You know those TV shows where the kids go to high school and they have no clue? That's actually what happens. If you bring a lot of these kids that are fighting in these third world countries that are actually fighting the wars, you will see that they do not know how to operate in society. They will go ballistic. Now, basically, John will lose touch with humanity. He will have those violent nature, and because of that, the UNSC will lock him away. Yes, it will be a scene to where John will be sitting down at a cafe or any type of restaurant, and I don't know if they're gonna reveal his human face or probably gonna have him just regularly in his armor as Master Chief, but something's going to happen where it's going to trigger something and John's going to go ballistic and hurt somebody. And I don't think he will kill them. I'm not going to go that far, but he'll hurt them, and that will cause UNSC alert, and then they will be, fighting with John, and the newer model Spartans will be fighting with John as well. But because John has a more fully equipped armor than the newer ones, it's just like old cars. Now, if you take a car from 1950 and put it up against one of these tin can cars, a 1950 car will rip through one of our cars because our cars are basically made of tin cans. In all honesty, that's why it wasn't that many like accidents or whatever, because it was such hard metal when they collided. The driver never got hurt. Now, don't let even a fucking stop sign hit your car because it's going to destroy it. But they managed to subdue John, and then they locked him up in the cell. They actually took off his armor, but he had like a mask on or something. I'm basically trying to keep John's identity, secret. I'm not trying to say they revealed it because that's really been one of the biggest. I want to buy another Halo game because they revealed John's face type of aspects. That's really one of the biggest parts of Halo. It's really one of the biggest fan made animations is of John's face. But he will be in there, and then John will actually start hearing Cortana because, like I said, Cortana was alive. You heard my not heard, but if you watched my other videos, then you will know I did discuss this. Cortana is alive. Now, he tries to tell them that, but because of John's, delirium and everything, because of the Spartan program, they're gonna discard it. Now, the UNSC will send some ships to go to some offshore worlds because they populated more planets since it was basically peace after the Didact. This is about 7 to 8 years later. There wasn't no type of disturbance. The Covenant left them alone, so they basically started populating other planets again. Now, the UNSC was basically losing communication with these ships. Like, they would go on normal scouting routes just to the planet to bring supplies back and forth. They would disappear. They would make contact with the planets and they would let them know that they didn't come. Some planets actually had interference. When they tried to call one of their further off planets that really didn't have much security, they couldn't even get in contact with the planet. So of course that raises alert. So then Lacey, who never ever lost faith in John, actually said, "Hey, listen, John did say the Didact was back, and now this is happening." So then they let John out. They asked him what Cortana, what's happening and everything. Well, basically, Cortana informed John that she was once again still alive and she was hooked up to some type of machine that was draining the information out of her to rebuild a better and stronger composer. Now, of course, this alerted the UNSC, and then they put basically a red alert status on the planet Earth because one of the Didact already knew where Earth was, and they thought that that would be his first stop. Now, they basically sent ships to the outer planets to gather troops and everything. It was accidentally discovered the Didact's new ship. It was basically the same thing as that round spear that you saw in Halo 4, except with a few little added details. Now, before the ship that engaged the Didact was exploded, well, was blown up and everybody died, they managed to get word to the UNSC about this, his designs and everything. Now, the Didact actually was able to integrate the Prometheus technology onto his ship to where he could basically make warp jumps at will. Now, he couldn't really do it very long distances, but he could do it to where it's faster than any known ship ever. Now, once the Didact location was revealed and they finally made a track on him, they seen how fast he was going because then the dot would disappear off the radar, then it would appear again, then it would disappear. So then they had to prepare for an ongoing offensive against the Didact who was fastly approaching Earth. Now, Cortana revealed to John also that the Didact's weakness as well. See, the Didact is a forerunner. His technology is all based off schematics that the librarian has, and that was imprinted on Cortana. Which means that because of Cortana's cyborg ability to where she's both human and machine, she can basically control some of the Covenant ship. She can control the Forerunner ship, and because she was plugged into the Didact ship, the Didact did not realize that while he was pumping her, she was pumping him. She got all of the layouts and schematics, but she could not telepathically, because remember, John and Cortana have a telepathic link. She couldn't telepathically give John all schematics. That's why she let him know that she was on a ship. And John and everyone else at the UNSC believed that, hey, listen, she's probably on the ship right now because she's probably needed in order to fire the new composer. So now John and the other Earthlings and the UNSC in general has to prepare for an all-out offensive against the Didact. You have about 24 ships already going to engage the Didact. You have a multiple global defense on Earth as you see the Halo 2, but more badass. You actually have Gundams. Now I'm calling them Gundams. They're really highly advanced mechs, and those will really be used to bring down the Didact. Alright, you guys, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page for updates on the newest Comic Con events that will be happening. Alright, peace out, y'all. Talk to you later. La.